Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Arij Mughal, a psychologist, instructor, and content creator. Today, we're diving into something that affects all of us: money. But not just money, how we think about it, why we make certain financial decisions, and why what seems smart to one person might seem completely irrational to another. And here's the thing: people do strange things with money. But no one is actually crazy. Our financial choices, whether they make sense to others or not, are shaped by our experiences, our upbringing, and the specific world we grew up in. So, let's unpack this together. I promise, by the end of this video, you'll understand not only your own financial behavior better, but also why other people make the decisions they do. Let's get started. Why we all see money differently. Think about this. No two people see money the same way, and that's because no two people experience money the same way. We all come from different backgrounds, raised by parents with different incomes, values, and financial habits. Some of us grew up in stability, others in economic uncertainty. Some saw their families struggle to make ends meet, while others never had to think about money at all. These experiences shape how we think about risk, saving, investing, and spending. If you grew up watching your parents stress about every bill, you might see financial security as your biggest priority. But if you never had to worry about money, you might be more willing to take risks. And here's the key: our personal experiences with money make up a tiny fraction of what has actually happened in the world financially. But those experiences shape nearly everything about how we think money works. Two equally intelligent people can have completely different views on money, not because one is right and the other is wrong, but because they've lived different financial realities. How experience shapes financial behavior. History is full of examples of how financial experiences shape behavior. Think about this. Someone who grew up during hyperinflation will always be wary of currency instability, even if it hasn't been a problem for decades. A person whose family lost everything in a financial crash might be overly cautious with investments, even when the market is strong. Meanwhile, someone who built their wealth during a booming stock market might see investing as a no-brainer, never having experienced real financial collapse. One of the best examples: the Great Depression. Millions of people who lived through it carried the emotional scars for life. It shaped how they viewed money, work, and security. Decades later, when John F. Kennedy was asked about his experience during the Great Depression, he said he had no first-hand knowledge of it. His family was so wealthy that they actually benefited from the crisis. That shaped his worldview, just as growing up in financial hardship shaped millions of others. Why we can't fully understand what we haven't lived through. And this brings us to a crucial point. You can read about financial crises. You can study inflation, recessions, and market crashes. But unless you've personally lived through those things, you don't fully understand how they feel. It's one thing to know that the stock market has crashed before. It's another thing entirely to wake up and see your life savings cut in half overnight. Numbers on a spreadsheet don't capture the emotional impact of financial uncertainty. And that emotional impact is what actually drives decision-making. This is why history repeats itself. Each generation has to learn financial lessons the hard way, because some things can only be understood through experience. How this affects our financial decisions today. A study from the National Bureau of Economic Research found something fascinating. People's investment decisions are heavily influenced by the economic conditions they experienced in early adulthood. If you grew up during a period of high inflation, you're less likely to invest in bonds later in life. If you came of age during a stock market boom, you're more likely to invest in stocks. It's not about intelligence or education, it's simply about the time and place you grew up in. Even financial experts aren't immune to this. Bill Gross, one of the most famous bond investors, admitted that if he had been born a decade earlier or later, his entire career might have turned out differently. He succeeded because he happened to be in the right place at the right time, but that also shaped his belief that bonds were the best way to build wealth. Someone from a different generation with different experiences might see bonds as risky or unreliable. Final thoughts. So, what's the takeaway? We all see money differently, not because one person is right and another is wrong, but because we've all lived different financial realities. This means two things: self-awareness. Understanding your own financial biases can help you make better decisions. Are you overly cautious because of something you experienced in childhood? Are you taking too many risks because you've only seen good economic times? Recognizing these influences helps you make more rational choices, less judgment. The next time you see someone making a financial decision that seems irrational to you, take a step back. Maybe it makes perfect sense in their world. We all carry our own financial histories, and those histories shape what we believe is the right way to handle money. That's it for today's video. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments. How have your personal experiences shaped your views on money? And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more psychology and personal growth content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.